So hi, this is Kate with yogahealer.com, and I'm going to talk about why yogis dig detox. Now, yogis detox for a whole nother reason than like the regular person detoxes. So for a yogi, the detoxed body, right, it's clear. The channels or the nadis, the shrotas, they're clear. So when the channels are clear, consciousness can flow through and consciousness can interconnect, and we literally feel more awake. We feel more alive, feel way more vibrant, way more connected. And we actually have, I would say we have a much greater shot at the experience of being consciousness, right? Instead of just being like locked into your personality, you have an experience of being consciousness showing up in a body, able to act, able to do things. And then from this place, right, why Yogis Dig Detox is like all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, what can I do with this? What can I do with this life? And how does this body work? So as we start to detox and the channels get more clear and the body gets more transparent, right, then we start to want to know this vehicle, and we start to be able to know this vehicle of our physiology more easily from the inside out. Now, in the Vedic pantheon of gods and goddesses, right, they all have all these various tools. They have like, 4 limbs at least, and each one has its own tool. And as you awaken to your physiology and detox, it's kind of like you start to feel like that. You start to feel like a goddess with all these different tools that you have to use in this life because of knowing the vehicle of your physiology and what it can do on a whole nother level of transparency. So we start to get very much in touch with the gift of the body through detox. The other big reason why yogis detox is it's the quickest way to advance your practice. I mean, simply by detoxing your physiology, experiencing the interconnectivity, the next level of postures or next level of poses, they start to become much more readily available. It's huge. Another reason yogis dig detox is you look hot in your hot pants, which is kind of fun and nice. The other thing, is that the bliss body, you might know from yoga philosophy that the Anandamaya kosha, that there's at the subtlest level of the physicality before just beingness, is what we call the bliss body. And the bliss body can be very evasive in just day-to-day life. And you might experience like there's all these yogic philosophical teachings, but they're not really your personal experience. And you might desire a more peak experience of your physiology, of like all this yogic philosophy, is it really true? So if that's you and you're wondering, like, is that true? Is that true for me? Simply doing a detox will start to open, it starts to unravel the heaviness between the 5 layers, between the Annamaya kosha, the physical body, the Pranamaya kosha, the pranic body, the Manomaya kosha, the mind body, the Vijnanamaya kosha, the intuitive body, and the Anandamaya kosha, the bliss body. And as those layers become much more facile, right, that they become malleable, that you start to actually have an experience of the bliss. When you have that experience, there's really no looking back, because you can reset your nervous system at the level of bliss. And so that as you emerge from your detox and just going into everyday life, you can have the experience of, oh, my life it's not overwhelming. This experience is not an emergency. Like at the most intrinsic level, there's bliss. And in remembering that, you're resetting your physiology for a very different aging trajectory. So how you age is going to be very different if your physiology is situated in the Anandamaya kosha. It's hard to do that unless you detox. I would say, I hate saying things like this, but sometimes it's like just seems so true to me at the time. It's like, if you've got amma, if you've got toxicity in your channels, how can you really experience, right, the subtlest levels of consciousness in your physiology? It's probably possible, but it's incredibly difficult. So why make it so hard on yourself? So to make yogic philosophy much more transparent in your personal experience is a huge reason that yogis dig detox. You can really get that from the inside out. Another reason yogis dig detox is in our modern hectic lives as modern yogis, it's hard to get the cave experience, right? In the past, yogis would go into caves and they would stay in there for a day or two, a week or two, a year or two, and they would go into an deep introspective experience. They would live lightly. They would lighten up all their needs. They wouldn't need as much food. They wouldn't even need as much water. They would live very lightly on the earth. And in that, they would get a deeper experience of connectivity to spirit, connectivity to being, connectivity to evolution. So if you can't make your way off to the nearest cave, then just doing a detox at home, like an at-home retreat, can give you a lot of the same benefit, the same experience. I just want to mention too, on a personal level, one of the reasons that I, as a yogini, really do dig detox is to strengthen my willpower and my discipline. Just having, a sort of modern American life, having family life, child, husband, having all the, interesting pursuits that I have, and being an entrepreneur of a very, busy and successful business. I find that, sometimes I can eat more emotionally, or I can get in bad habit patterns. And all of a sudden I notice that those habit patterns, they have a life of their own. They kind of, they build and they become a little bit overwhelming at times. And so when I wake up to that and say, okay, I gotta clean things up around here, and I gotta clean things up around here. I need to strengthen my willpower and my discipline. One of the first things that I do is I just jump into a very deep detox at that point, usually something that will really match my skill level in detox. And so those are all a number of different reasons that Yogis Dig Detox. There's obviously other ones like healing injuries that have been lingering for a long time, creating a shift in your life, getting clarity, getting on track with your deeper goals. All of those are reasons that Yogis Dig Detox. So if you're a yoga student or a yoga teacher and you're wondering like what it's like to cleanse like a yogi, then sign up for the next live Yogi Detox with me and join yogis around the world in this inner exploration together.